Alright, welcome back to Fallout New Vegas. Or should I say Gambling Simulator? Because we're going gambling again today. Woo! So, we hit...
You look new to Freeside, so
Hey, old Ben. Goodbye.
Good.
It's just crouching, guys. What is happening? So we're gonna hit two. We're gonna hit the Atomic Wrangler, and we're going to hit, let them handle that. We're gonna hit the Atomic Wrangler, and we're gonna hit Gomorrah. So Gomorrah is my least favorite casino. I'm gonna be frank, and that's probably because I've watched too much Nurbit. But like it's my least favorite casino, and then this one is The Garretts are interesting. I actually tend to do the quest here. So we're gonna
Welcome to the Atomic Wrangler.
we're gonna do more gambling, and we're actually gonna talk about
How many?
D&D today. So we're gonna get a little bit of chips. So we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna be talking about D&D. We're gonna be talking about a world I've been working on. So I've been tasked with piecing together a world for a group of players that is somewhere in the 15 to 20 players range. And so, given this enormous task, I decided that I was going to build my own world. Everybody kind of wants to play a Lord of the Rings based thing, and frankly, I would love to do that, but I do not know the stories. I don't know the lore of Lord of the Rings as well as many of the people that are playing. And I'm reading The Hobbit right now, and there's so many things that I would have just not known, and everybody else would have called me out on. Whereas I do have a lot of experience with, say, Fallout lore, or as I've talked about recently and played recently on the channel, Black Ops Zombies lore. Or even, say, that was a 13, I went on a 13. Or even, say, Skyrim lore. So I decided to build my own. The current name of it is the Pillars of Eternity. And I'm going to be running a test campaign soon, as in soon to when I'm recording this. So, the summary of this world and its creation is there was a god deity thing called the Celestial. And the Celestial created everything. He's essentially a triune painter. Or he's got three attributes that are the primary things, and from each of those three attributes he creates all the other races. So he paints these giant hexagonal pillars that go down to the eternal abyss below, and from on top of these he creates everything that there is. And so these giant hexagonal pillars are made of parts of him. So it is made of wood, so there's massive roots that go down into the nothing. You have wood, you have steel, and then you have rock. And so from each of these, the Celestial made everything else that there is. I'm getting kicked out. Hey. Wow, we're already done with this one. This one's much faster. We're actually, before we head this way, we're going to do one thing that I've never done before, and we're going to go to Prim. And we are going to go into the Vicky and Vance casino, because I know that this can become a casino. And we're going to try to, let's say, convince the people in here that have taken over the casino to leave, if that's where I'm at in this story.
What are you doing here?
Yep.
This is our casino.
Layla. Punk? That's my line.
Huh. You've got moxie, buddy. but we don't take kindly to tourists on our turf.
Your turf? Because the news hasn't reached yet. Prim has law.
We lose it. We heard Prim was ripe for the picking, so figured we could come here and shake down. We're just trying to put as many miles from NCR as we can. We don't want to be anywhere near New Vegas when the Legion crossed.
So that's it? You're resorting to robbing and raiding to
Our
solve your
luck has
problem?
gone south since we lost all of our money gambling in Vegas. We didn't go AWOL from duty to become raiders. But we've seen what the Legion does to people that survive their battles. We wanted to be gone before the fighting starts. And we heard there may be some safety up in New Canaan.
You're right, you're totally screwed.
I'm getting tired of your chatter.
Oh, okay, so we're gonna have to do this. Yep. I do like that, actually. Well, that was quick. So. That should be the only prerequisite for this to become an actual casino. So we'll come back to this at the end of the episode and see if it's become a casino. So first we're going to Gomorrah.
Move along.
So the Celestial created these massive pillars, and him being having these three main attributes. These attributes come out in his painting, and so those three attributes are called the Celestial Cosmic.
Hey there, friend.
Later. The Celestial Cosmic, which creates the steel. The Cosmic is where magic comes from.
No one but
Okay, keep holding on. The Celestial Cosmic is where all magic comes from. Like, it is the magical aspect, and it is what...
How many...
I forgot to turn in my chips.
In what...
Hold up. There we go. We'll go back to the Atomic Wrangler and trade it out after this. So, he's where all magic comes from, the Celestial Cosmic. And so, with the Cosmic, he creates all beings of magical origins. So it would be creatures like that are more animalistic in nature. So creature like the animal races, the different. There's a robot race that I'm referring to as the Mechkin, and the Mechkin are like the most magically in tune because their hearts are literally made of the magic of the world. Then you have the Celestial Terra, which creates all rock. And so those are a little more grounded, a little more human. And so the Halfling and the human races come from the Celestial Terra. And then the Celestial Firma creates all of the nature and magic of this world. Or not magic, but like the nature of the world. And so he is the dirt, and so that is where the elf races come from. And then he creates a race called the Veer, which would be like beings that come to help to kind of commune with the people of the world. They're races that keep track of all the events of history on a massive wall called the Great Time Wall, and it's just... I'm surprised I won on that. That was 16. So, kind of zoning back into like a different section of the world. A lot of the campaigns are going to be based around a cult that are trying to kill the Mechkin for their magic, for their hearts. And so I'm about to run a campaign, and I've decided how I'm going to run this campaign. Because it's going to be my girlfriend's family that are going to be kind of the test runs for this. And so we're going to do a murder mystery that's going to be not really connected to the this cult situation, but it will be kind of loosely connected. But I am testing a character that is going to be Benoit Hobbs, which, if you can't tell, is based off of Benoit Blanc, and the great detective Benoit Hobbs, and he's going to be solving this mystery of intrigue. And so that's going to be interesting, and I'm excited to this kind of sucks. I'm losing a lot of these games. So that's going to be our campaign for the coming up one. But I have like a couple different ones. There's the Murder in Aqualuxus, which is like a underwater luxury city for the wealthy. And that one is going to also be a Benoit Hobbs situation. There is the Castle of the Wolf King, which is loosely based off of Der Eisendrache from Black Ops 3. There's going to be a camp, or escape from Camp Soho, I think is what I called it. And we'll see how that one goes, but that one's going to be based off of a war that's being waged by one of the 9 houses. And the 9 houses being kind of the governing body of these pillars. This is really difficult. I don't know why Gamora is actually giving me a lot of trouble. But so yeah, like the whole point of this world is essentially to be a world that can be played by a lot of people. And so I've written like this world with the intent to have like 6 or 7 different, like at least 4 different campaigns. And from those 4 campaigns, multiple people can play. And so it would give all of my players like a lot of variety, a lot of options and stuff like that. And it just seems like a lot of fun. Because I'm also introducing like a lot of different people to D&D with this. Dang. That was unlucky. But I'm introducing a lot of people to D&D with this, and that's going to be probably the biggest hurdle, which is why I'm creating so many different campaigns with so many different varieties of whatever. We're gonna test the most recent. We're gonna test Benoit Hobbs on my girlfriend's family to see how they like him. I haven't fully decided on how I'm gonna run him yet, but he's essentially just gonna be Benoit Blanc. But we're gonna do like kind of like, if you've seen Clue from, I think it was the 80s, the movie Clue with gosh, what's his name? Wow, what is his name? Tim Curry. The Clue movie from whenever that was with Tim Curry, like, gonna be a lot of stuff from that. And I think that's gonna be a lot of fun. I think it's gonna be a very interesting way to run a campaign. Especially with people like, if you've seen the Portal videos, Kate, she's going to be playing in it, if I remember correctly. Like, we're just going to have a good time, and I'm excited for it, you know? I finally get a chance to flex some really strange world building that I haven't done in a little bit. But if y'all play D&D, what's campaigns that y'all have run? Because, so...
Okay, that's that.
I hear you've been making some waves around here.
Welcome to Gamora. How can I help?
There's all of that. So, but yeah, what's some campaigns that you guys have run and done with your friends? I think the most memorable for me was we did a Star Wars campaign, and I've played in several. I've done like a classic D&D campaign, but we did an Avatar: The Last Airbender campaign, and walking into that and not knowing anything about D&D and also knowing nothing about Avatar: The Last Airbender was a very fun situation. Let's see here. Let me sell some of this stuff. It was a lot of fun, and we did a Star Wars one, which was ridiculously fun, and I just kind of collected lightsaber crystals. But I have a tendency to play D&D as a player, where I just collect and throw chairs. So, for instance, with the Star Wars campaign, I killed Moff Gideon by force throwing like 80 chairs at him.
Welcome to the Atomic Wrangler.
Caps, goodbye.
Got my eye on you.
You can have your eye on me all you want. That's just weird, man. But I tend to play rogues and sorcerers. But I'd like to branch out. But unfortunately, I've become the forever DM, which is okay. Like, it's not the worst thing in the world. But I would like to play. Like to play a little bit soon. We haven't made it yet. That is unfortunate. Let me see if I can step outside and wait for a couple days, you know, and just see if it works. I don't know if I have to be in a different cell or not. I'm actually gonna cancel that and go to Mojave Outpost, repair some of my stuff. And now I have all this fresh income. Buy some new stuff, sell some stuff, you know, as you do. But yeah, what's the campaigns that you guys have played? Because also feel free to like.
This isn't the Republic. Oddly enough, Legion's a little more forgiving about friendships. Out here, it's not as accepted.
Huh.
Not that I mind being friends, it's just being open.
Okay. Didn't realize.
Now, wait a minute. Republic's a sight better than other alternatives. Women are serving here after all. The rest, well, and they're more accepting back west, like I said. If you need something repaired, let me know. I can sign the work order. As long as caps change hands.
Just casually flirt real quick. Let's see here. I think I'm gonna save it actually, but just contemplating like how I'm gonna repair my stuff. But yeah, what's some campaigns that you guys have done? I have a friend who is very creative. He's a
background,
very good storyteller, and his campaign, we did a campaign with him, and it was very well done, and I'm thoroughly impressed. Because it was his first time DMing, and he had problems with some stuff where it was like just different situations came up and whatnot, but he did very good, and I'm very proud of him with it. Hunting revolver. Take some 308. Exit. I just realized I could be wearing Benny's suit. go to the gun runners. Just doing some quick shopping. I think we're gonna
Welcome, sir.
actually call it after we do the shopping. Three. Let's see here. 5mm, 9mm. I think that's good. Thump thump, marksman carbine, boomer stuff. How much is... Wow, the combat armor, like, standard is more expensive than the combat armor reinforced. Even the Mark II. I will accept this. So, let's try Vic and Vance one more time. If it's not open, we're gonna call it an episode. Knock knock. It's me with my 700 bullets. Do you happen to have a casino ready? Nope. No casino ready. Alright. Well, I hope you had fun. That was a good little episode. Filling in some D&D stuff. So yeah. Next episode we'll probably go back to Ambassador Crocker and continue the NCR story. But yeah. I hope you have fun. I know I did. I will see you on the next one. Goodbye, everybody.